All right, guys, this is Fight Commentary Breakdowns, and I'm here with George. George, actor, producer. You've probably seen him in some movies. So we're here to talk about American Fighter. George, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about this movie. When is it coming out? Is it out already? Let's just go into it.
Let's get into it. Yeah, this movie, American Fighter, came out today.
Wow.
It's on demand and on digital everywhere you rent movies, and it's also in theaters nationwide right now. Select theaters, so check your local listings to see it.
Okay, cool. So it is out today. How long did it take this movie to get made?
This movie took 17 days to film, which is very quick for a film. Yeah, very quick. We shot 12 hours a day, every day, 17 days.
Okay, wow. Okay, tell me about the process. Did you have to train fighting for the movie, or were you always growing up a martial artist? So tell me about that.
Yeah, I actually had never really done martial arts before. I trained from scratch for the film. They had me training 3 times a day. I was doing jujitsu, boxing, kickboxing, judo, and lifting and doing cardio every day. So I had like three workouts a day to do, and they got me ready for the movie.
Wow. Wow. Which part of the training was the most grueling and which part was the most fun?
Boxing was the most fun. I love boxing. I enjoy it a lot. It's a lot of fun, and it's just a sport I've always kind of wanted to learn, and it was fun to do. But jujitsu, although you're on the ground and rolling around, it's so challenging and so exhausting. So much more of a workout than it looks. You know, it looks like they're just laying there, but you're flexing every muscle, holding, trying not to get choked out. And so, jujitsu, I have a total new respect for.
Yeah, exactly. So in this movie, how many fight scenes are there?
Off the top of my head, I would say there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe like 8 or 9 for my character, and then there's like 3 or 4 for Ryan's character. So maybe a total of 12.
Wow. Okay. Were there any fight scenes that might be in like a bonus edition or like extended cut or deleted scene or anything like
I
that?
I wish, but I think every fight made it into the film. So everything we shot, actually, I think there was no deleted scenes as well. So every scene we shot made it into the movie. So they're all in there for you guys to see.
Nice. Nice. Um, Tell me about the inception of this movie. How did you decide to be in this movie?
Well, there's actually a movie called American Wrestler, which was the prequel to this movie, and we shot that, and it came out in 2017, and it went over really well. It was released by Warner Brothers, and everyone responded to it really well, and the fans really liked it, and the producer and I actually were just joking about making a sequel and making a second one, and eventually, you know, those jokes became like good ideas, and those good ideas became a script, and the next thing you know, we were shooting part 2.
I see. And tell me about the first movie too, American Wrestler. What was your experience on that? Did you have to learn wrestling and all that?
Yeah, I had to learn wrestling from scratch, which was another thing I'd never really done. I had taken like 5 jujitsu classes in high school for fun, so that was like the most experience I've had. But yeah, the American Wrestler, Ali Afshar, the movie, that the guy that the movie was based on, actually taught me how to wrestle himself, and they worked me pretty hard for that one too. So it's been a lot of training for both of these movies.
I see. So, another question I wanted to ask you is, you're Greek of origin, right? You're ethnically Greek. When did you come to America, or were you born in America?
I was born in America, but my parents, I'm second generation, so my parents, both sides are from Greece, and so they came, I think, over in the 60s or 70s. They came to America, and then my parents grew up here, and so did I.
I see. And another reason that might interest Fight Commentary Breakdowns viewers is because, there's a lot of martial arts that come out of ancient Greece, like pancration and all that. So, like, growing up, did you stumble on any of that? Did your parents talk about that at all?
Not too much, to be honest. I didn't really come from like a martial art family, but I have heard a lot about it, and it is very interesting, all the ancient Greek martial arts sort of practices.
So, let's just talk about this too. So, you're in your car. Where are you right now?
I'm in Toluca Lake, California. I'm actually having lunch with one of my best friends, Henry, at my favorite restaurant in LA called Patty's.
I have been to Patty's because I used to
Nice.
live in Toluca Lake. So yeah, I know exactly where you are.
Amazing. Yeah, I used to live in Toluca Lake too, and I used to come here every day, and they knew me, and they would like bring me my food and sat down. So I love it here.
Wow. Okay, so tell me about the promotion for this movie, American Fighter. What besides doing interviews, what else are you doing? Are you like doing public appearances and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're doing everything we can. I know Brian Craig and Sean Patrick Flanagan have been promoting it a lot. They're my co-stars, and then we're actually going to be on ESPN tomorrow. American Fighter is doing a takeover of one of the prelim fights for Fight Night on ESPN and ESPN Plus, and I think they're going to show an exclusive trailer as well that I sort of shot a promo for that I introduced the clip. So look out for that tomorrow on Fight Night.
That is amazing. Well, let's talk about working with some of these co-stars, man. There's some big names to this movie. So yeah, tell me more about that.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Flanagan is probably the biggest, most recognizable person in the movie, and he was just an awesome guy to work with. He often plays like a villain in the movies that he's in, and is kind of an intimidating, scary guy. But in real life, he's so cool, so fun, so nice, and just a great guy to work with. He was really good at being spontaneous in the scenes, keeping everyone on their toes, and it kept the movie feeling alive and fun. And then Sean Patrick Flanery, he's actually a third-degree black belt in real life in jiu-jitsu. He has his own dojo in Hollywood, and he teaches jiu-jitsu in Texas. And so he was awesome to have on set because he kind of kept us all in line and make sure our moves looked good and knew a lot. He was a wealth of knowledge about fighting and jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So he was great to have on set.
Wow. And when you said the word spontaneous, it reminded me of this, which is the fight scenes in the movie. Was there spontaneity or was it mostly choreographed? Tell me, did you guys kind of like in the middle of a choreography be like, hey, let's add this move into it?
To be honest, all the fights are very choreographed because we're swinging so hard and moving so quickly that, the risk of actually knocking someone out and hitting them in the face, we got to make sure everything's dialed in. So all the fights were choreographed pretty much to the T.
That's awesome. Did you do some stunts too? Were there anything stunt wise worth talking about?
Definitely, yeah. I actually made a really intense effort to do all of my own stunts, and I was able to do every stunt in the film. So my stunt double, who was supposed to be my stunt double, ended up being really cool and teaching me all the choreo so that I could do it, and spent a lot of time with me on the sideline of set, just training and practicing every move constantly, and I was able to successfully do all the fight scenes myself.
That's awesome. So I think that naturally segues into what's next for you. Do you want to do more fight movies? Do you want to continue training? Are you going to focus more on training? Do movies? Do both? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to keep movies up, that's for sure. And I have trained a little bit. I continued boxing. It's kind of like a workout I keep in the regimen. But next, I kind of have a couple of projects on the horizon. I'm producing a film called In This Moment this year. It's a musical movie that I'm very excited about. It's going to be my first forte in lead producing. And I also just finished shooting a Netflix movie yesterday called Eat Your Heart Out, and that'll be on Netflix later this year. It's a rom-com, a lot of fun, great team, same director as American Fighter, actually. So definitely look out for that when it comes out.
Wow. It sounds like you got a good team, a good community going.
Yeah, you try to out here.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So, for viewers of Fight Commentary Breakdowns, let's let George go back to his friend. He can finish eating with his friend. But George, the invitation's here. Since I'm in LA too, you should come on the channel sometime. We can look at some fights together or something like that.
I would love to. That'd be great. Anytime. Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
You got our contacts, so just call me anytime. I'd love to be a part of it. Where are you in LA?
I'm in Santa Monica.
Yeah, so am I. I live in Santa Monica.
That's perfect, man.
Come on.
Yeah. Awesome. So for viewers, we might see George in person on Fight Commentary Breakdowns. So him and I sit next to each other, talk about stuff. Awesome. Well, George, thank you so much. Guys, for those of you watching, there will be some giveaways potentially for this movie. So some of you might be able to see it limited time for free. So for those of you watching, look forward to that. Awesome. Well, George, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.